Welcome to the LPA meeting for July 17th. We have no minutes to approve tonight. We only have one item on, and it's quasi-judicial. So, have there been any ex parte communications?
No.
Say no, Rick.
No.
And I just spoke to staff, so I did have some. Any interveners? Okay.
I don't think I have a conflict, but I sold this property for somebody 4, 5, 6 years ago to these people, but I've had no contact with them since.
Then you're fine.
Okay. I just want to be
Okay.
cautious.
Okay. All right. All parties that are going to testify, please stand and be sworn in.
Do you swear or affirm that the evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay. Staff presentation, Mr. Elam.
Thank you and good evening, members of the LPA. For the record, I'm Brian Elam, Principal Planner with the Growth Management Department. Copy of my work history is on file with the clerk. This is a request by HJA Design Studio on behalf of Finland Capital LLC for approval of a rezoning from RM8 Medium Density Residential District to a planned unit development, including a PUD zoning agreement and master final site plan for the construction of 51 two-story townhome units in 11 buildings, 6 three-story duplex units, and 1 three-story single-family home, and associated infrastructure on approximately 8.6 acres of undeveloped land, resulting in a residential density of 6.7 units per acre. Included with this application is a request for a certificate of public facilities reservation. This proposed PUD includes 1¼ acres or 29.5% of the existing native habitat to be protected by way of a preserve area management plan that is part of the PUD zoning agreement. Just to briefly give a brief summary of a PUD, it's a unified development that is planned, approved, and controlled according to the provisions of a binding written document negotiated between the developer and the county as a special PUD zoning district and approved at a public hearing. The purpose of the PUD districts is to introduce flexibility into the strict zoning and development regulations in a manner that is mutually beneficial to the county and the development. This property is located on the southeast corner of Southwest Martin Highway and Southwest 30th Avenue in Palm City. The current zoning on the property is RM8 Medium Density Residential District, and the future land use is medium density, which allows a maximum density of 8 units per gross acre. Sites with the medium density future land use may be approved for a maximum of 10 units per gross acre or have a density bonus if compliant with the Comp Plan Policy 4.13A.74 is demonstrated. For a reference, I've listed a couple of the hard requirements from the comp plan for this development, which would be a 40-foot maximum building height, 50% open space, and as I stated before, 8 units per acre. This structure setbacks table shows a comparison of the existing RM8 zoning as compared to the setbacks of the proposed paddock at Palm City Plan Unit Development Zoning Agreement. For the purpose of providing some context to these numbers and their impact, I will discuss the 2 setback types listed. There's the property line setback, applies to any structure on the property in reference to the property's boundary. That would be here. The single-family duplex and townhome setbacks apply to the structures in reference to the lot lines created in this proposal. Deviations in the property line setback has the potential to be visually impactful to the public as compared to what might be experienced with a standard zoning district development, so I will go over each of these setbacks to evaluate them. The front setback requirements proposed with the paddock PUD are the same as the RM8 zoning district at 25 feet. Here. The side setbacks proposed only differ from the RM8 standards for the 3-story duplex and single-family home located on the southern area of the property. As you can see, the 1 and 2 stories are identical, and the 3 and 4 stories is where it deviates. Although the reduction in the side setback is proposed, the need for it is not present on this proposal due to the location and orientation of the structures, which I'll go over in the next slide. The PUD requests relief from rear setback requirements, with 2-story structures receiving a 10-foot reduction from the standard zoning requirements of 20 feet, and 3-story structures receiving a 20-foot reduction from the standard zoning requirements of 30 feet. So you can see that here. 1 story, they're the same. 2 stories, there's a 10-foot reduction. 3 stories, 20-foot reduction. Other requirements, such as for the standards for specific uses, require that townhomes be 15 feet between buildings, and this development does that. So to take a look at the structure setbacks, the location of the structures in this proposal meet the standard RM8 front and side setbacks. The townhomes bordering the STA. So first of all, I wanted to point out the property boundary setbacks are to the red line. All structures on the property in reference to the property's boundary. Whereas the single, family, duplex, and townhome setbacks, which were listed on this table up here, are in reference to the lots that have been created and the structures which would be put on those there. These buildings here along the STA are really the only buildings, aside from this one and this, which are really gaining any relief from what has been proposed. The requirements for 2 stories is 20 feet on a rear setback, and I believe that these come in at 13 3/4 feet. So it's a relief of about 6.5 feet, and it borders, is that state STA. Doesn't actually border anyone else's home. This property down here, the single-family home, and possibly this, the requirement for 3-story would be 30 feet. And these are very close, maybe 25 at the closest point. So the relief really, as it has been proposed, is only about 5 feet. It's not quite as impactful as you might imagine. The townhomes closest to Southwest 30th Avenue, where the primary access is located over here, are set back approximately 65 feet and are partially screened by a 30-foot minimum landscape buffer and preservation area. A gated emergency access with a Knox box is provided for residents for an emergency services out to Southwest Martin Highway. The townhomes closest to the duplex units and single-family home are located on the southern property line, which is abutting Danforth Creek. 2 single-family homes, each being on 2 or more acres, are abutting the property to the south, down here. Due to the size of these lots and the density of not more than 1 unit per 2 acres, the comp plan tiering policy does not apply here. Here are the development standards for the RM8 zoning district and the proposed PUD. I would like to note that lot area and lot width do not apply to townhome construction, so that's just there because the information is there, but these actually don't apply to that. The Paddock Palm City PUD proposes 58 single-family lots comprised of 3 products, which are townhomes, duplexes, and 1 single-family home, resulting in a density of 6.7 units per acre. Of the 3 products proposed in the PUD, townhomes, which do not have lot area and lot width requirements, could achieve the greatest density. This proposal in straight zoning would allow approximately 40 townhome lots. Permitted uses on this property include multifamily dwellings. Development of multifamily apartments or condominiums could achieve maximum density on the property at 40 feet in height, with a 20-foot front setback from the property line. Medium-density future land use, as I mentioned previously, allows 8 dwelling units per acre, and the property is 8.6 acres. The maximum density the land use allows is 68 dwelling units, or 86 units at 10 dwelling units an acre if the requirements of the comp plan are met. This is the first sheet of the site plan. So this would be Southwest Martin Highway up here, and 30th over here where the main entrance is. And it just shows you the distribution of, first of all, it shows you these setbacks closest to Southwest Martin Highway are set back a pretty decent distance, 66 feet. And set back on the side from 30th Avenue by almost 100 feet, really. So there's a pretty decent buffer around from the street, and on this side is the STA over here, which is a significant buffer. On the south side, where the 3-story duplexes and the one single family home that's 3 stories, they have approximately at least a minimum 25 or greater setback from the property line here. So this proposal for rezoning to the PUD, including a master final site plan, is for the purpose of constructing the 51 2-story townhomes in 11 buildings, 6 3-story duplex units, and 1 3-story single-family home, and the associated infrastructure and amenities on the property, and includes 1 1/4 acres or 29.5% of the existing native habitat is protected by way of a preserve area management plan that is part of this zoning agreement. The applicant has asked for relief on setbacks, minimum lot sizes for the duplex and single-family units, as well as relief on standard parking dimensions for some of the units. The applicant has proposed public benefits that include a donation of $50,000 towards the Palm City CRA improvements on Map Road, and $50,000 for projects and/or improvements at Hidden Oaks Middle School that would be released at the time of the first building permit. Development review staff have found the Finland Capital LLC application to comply with all applicable regulations, and the comprehensive growth management plan is detailed in the staff report. And staff recommends approval of the rezoning application submitted by Finland Capital LLC. That concludes my presentation. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Rick, do you have any questions?
No.
Aaron?
Nope.
I have a few. So what's the actual ask deviation here? Because I'm a little confused about why we're going for a PUD and what is the deviation from the code.
So the deviation is in the setbacks.
Okay, so let's go
right.
through that, just this deviation for the setbacks right now. Just tell me.
So I've listed them here in this. So here is the standard RM8 straight zoning. So we have 25 for front. What they have for property line is the same, it's identical. So what you would see in this development as compared to a straight zoning is the same. In other words, all the structures, this isn't going to look any different. Over here, for the rear, they're asking for 10, so they're asking for a relief of 10 for a 2-story and basically 20 for a 3-story. But what that translates to in this particular proposal, what they actually have presented to us is they're 25 feet in the rear on a 3-story, and it's required to be 30. So the relief is 5 feet, and that's only for one of the units.
Which unit? Could you bring up the unit,
yes.
please?
So I did the measurements for this and this. These are beyond the 30, so they are compliant with a straight zoning setback. But possibly the corner of this on my measurements is somewhere around 25. A straight zoning would be 30. And some point in here is similar, not less than 20 on my measurements. So For three-story, the ask is maybe 5 or 10 feet at the most, relief. The relief on the rear setbacks for here are approximately 7, because for a two-story townhome, it's going to be 20 feet, and these are, the smallest measurement, I think, was 13, what was it? Was it 13.8? So it's only about a relief of 7 feet. So the ask is, well, then also, for townhomes, though, the lot area and lot width don't even count, so that's not really an ask. But it is an ask, I guess you would say, for the single-family
family.
home. I don't think there are, no, and the duplexes, I guess. So we have a little bit smaller lot sizes, a tiny, a little bit of relief on some of the units. I don't think it's the end units, but the middle units here. For our standard parking would be 10 by 20. I think a few of them are slightly smaller than that.
Like 8 by 4?
No,
10 by
no, no,
19?
no. This was approved by Public Works, so it may be a foot,
10 by 18.
10
10
by 18.
18?
So 2 feet. And not, I don't believe that's on all of them. It's only on some of them. They have, I think, possibly a 3-foot reduction on the standard right-of-way for their driveway.
Okay.
So
How many cars does the driveway take?
I think each unit is 2.
So what about guest parking? Do they need it by code?
So they meet the requirements for parking is 2 units per acre, and there is available on-street parking if there was guests, and there is some parking down by the pool area as well.
And does it meet code?
It does.
Okay. And do you have a landscape plan anywhere?
Pull that up, but I can see,
There's one in the agenda.
You've got it.
oh, I did? So this is their landscape.
First page is tree disposition. There you go.
So walk me through the landscape plan, if you don't mind, because it's not that clear for me here.
So up here, we have, this would be the emergency access.
So we're up on Martin Highway over here.
Oh, yeah, so this would be Southwest Martin Highway, the narrower, width of the property facing that. So this is all preserved area here, so that's going to be preserved under the PAMP, and everything done on there is going to be per the direction of the PAMP, so it's going to be removal of exotics, restoration if that needs to take place.
And how
over-
large an area is it?
It's 1.25 acre.
Okay, but from there unto the end of the property is about how much? Because that's part of your barrier.
Are you looking for the linear or the width?
The width is fine. I don't need the linear.
Oh,
Again, I can't, okay.
it's 90
90 feet.
feet.
Yeah, okay.
And so, all along the western side, and then up here in the front, it's the same, it wraps around here. This is, narrower, it's
56?
56,
I think so.
66.
66 feet? Well, that's actually the setback, so it's something less than that.
It has to be 50 to
It's got to be,
meet
got a
the
10,
preserve requirement.
And then over here, we just have our standard landscaping requirements for plants and
and
things.
it's all native, right?
I believe it is.
Okay. And so take me to where it abuts the pond, or whatever, the STA.
Oh, that's over here.
The detention area.
Yeah, that's all along this area here.
Okay. And so you got a wall up for around the detention area, in other words?
A retaining wall.
Yeah. Oh, it's a retaining wall. And how tall is that wall?
28 inches.
28 inches.
Okay, so are we doing plantings around around the wall? I don't see any, and I don't see any plantings.
Not on this side. Not on the rear of these units.
Okay.
All along,
Why aren't we doing it? Just,
they must have satisfied our landscape.
I'm sure they did, otherwise you wouldn't be here, but,
Yes. I didn't discuss that with her.
okay.
I'm sure that the applicant has spent a lot of time with our landscape architect and could give you great detail about why this has been accepted.
Okay. That's all the questions I have. The applicant's turn?
Hey, Brian, can I have the mouse this time? Please. Thank you. I washed my hands. Hello, good evening, Chair and LPA members.
Did you turn in your mailing?
Oh, yes, I do. I have it right here. I did. Here you go.
Thank you.
Okay. Sorry, I have a little bit of a barrier between me and this.
It'll go away.
Will. My name is Erica Beitler with HJ Design Studio. I am the agent to the applicant. Sorry, and this is the paddock at Palm City PUD. We have worked diligently with staff over the last few years, and we're proud to present a plan that not only aligns with the Martin County land development regulations, but also reflects a very thoughtful, planned community compatible with the surrounding context and meaningful public benefits. So as Brian mentioned, this site is located on the southeast corner of 714 Martin Highway and 30th Avenue, across from Hidden Oaks Middle School, and Danforth Creek borders the south, Magnolia Ridge PUD community to the east, and is amongst a lot of residential communities. This project is proposed residential PUD, but under an RM zoning, consistent with the surrounding context and the medium-density residential future land use designation. The site's current RM8 zoning allows for a range of housing and civic uses alike, with a maximum density of 8 units per acre. This is a context looking north, as you see the sites here, located in an established community, presents prime opportunity for infill development. The site benefits from immediate proximity to key infrastructures, including major roadways such as the Turnpike, High Meadows to 95, and the County Road 714. And it offers strong connectivity to surrounding schools such as Hidden Oaks, Palm City Elementary. There's also a preschool here and one proposed in Palm Pike Crossing, perfect for families, and has various commercials and light industrial uses nearby as well. Its robust framework provides strong foundation for a new community here. So regarding landscape, it's a little better to see than the black and white.
Thank you.
Yeah, always. I try to avoid a black and white image, but so this is a walkable neighborhood that promotes a sense of place. That's what we are trying to do here over the last years. It's really the major positive, I think, about this project is it provides a mix of unit options. Is one of the reasons that we are here today. We have 51 townhomes, 2-story townhomes, in this light color here that border the east property, this preserve, and we do have one in the entrance. 3 duplex buildings, so 6 units, and a custom home in the southeast corner. These are all 2-story buildings. The duplexes, they're proposed at 3 in the custom home, but architecture, we're working through that we just wanted flexibility for parking standards. We have over 29.5% preservation in this west and north corner of the site, which is 4.5% more than required. This is a tight site, but we are trying to make it as environmentally efficient as possible. There is an enhanced 30-foot type 3 landscape buffer here, little detail, with an emergency exit only to 714. Our primary access is off of Southwest 30th to not disturb any additional traffic onto the 714. We are using the 50-foot minimum preservation of the existing pinelands, pine flatwood, so that we will enhance as needed. Towards the south of the property, we are adding, the engineer can speak on this, but updated, I don't know the right words for it, but we're improving the road from past where the new construction of that commercial industrial parcel to our west is, and we're going to enhance it all the way to the end of this road. And also, one of our benefits is updating this 8-foot easement to maintain access from Martin County for Danforth Creek. We are dedicating 55% of this site to open space, which is 5% more of what's required. And we have a central located clubhouse, a gated entrance as discussed, and really overall in mind, we're trying to make sure that it's a walkable community. To the point of your setbacks on driveways, we do have a 20-foot setback on all of the townhomes. We since went back and forth with county staff, and the minimum requirement for parking is 10 by 20. So we are meeting at least the setback, so we don't have cars parked in the, interfering one-sided sidewalk here. This is a 42-foot right-of-way, so there is also relief from the typical 50-foot right-of-way, is another part of our request. Stormwater, we have wet retention in the south west corner and drainage improvements that meet or exceed the county standards. The reason we do not have planting in the rear is because it's a very tight site, and we're trying to maximize what we can do, preserve environmentally, but also function for stormwater purposes. So we do, which the civil's here to speak on if necessary, we do have a small retaining wall holding in the grade that will also have a fence that matches Magnolia Ridge's, the black fence, so it's a cohesive design. But we have stormwater drains in this area, and it's just a pretty tight fit. We don't want to have conflicts with root systems and so forth. But as you can see, this is the open space exhibit that was submitted with the application, and it breaks down lot open space, common open space, preserve, and also under the comp plan, we can calculate some of the water retention as well. But we do meet the minimum 40% upland by 7% over, and then we can count the additional Danforth Creek and wetland, wet detention area. So regarding zoning relief, the proposed PUD seeks targeted relief just from the standard RM8, which is to support more flexible, context-sensitive site design, but maintaining compatibility with its surrounding uses. So the lot width reduction, it's really applicable, as mentioned earlier, to the duplex lot and to by 13 feet. So we have I forget what the size is. I didn't include the lot typical, but we've worked diligently, staff back and forth for a few years on this. So the front setbacks is 5 foot for townhomes, and this is from the lot line, internal setbacks, not from the property line. 10 feet for duplexes is what we're requesting, so it's a 15-foot relief for the front and 20 foot for single. So as I mentioned earlier about the parking on the townhomes, the driveway depth is appropriate, but for the duplexes and for the custom home, those are tight, and we're using the garage as parking spaces for that.
It's a one-car garage, right?
Actually, it's two. It's two. Let me go back. How do I go back here? Here we are. Yeah, I believe these are two.
The townhome is one, though, right?
Well, the end units are two and the interior are one.
Plus the
Yes,
driveway.
sir.
Yeah.
So the rear setback is another ask. We're doing, let's see here, by story, which is 5 foot deviation for the rear setback of the townhomes, 4 for the duplexes, and this is to the lot line, not the property line. So the internal like duplex, where it's going to be platted for ownership, and 10 foot for the single family. But as we go up in stories, it also increases. We did write on paper that it's 3-story, but we're working out some architecture, and we may, we want the flexibility, but I just wanted to throw that out there because we don't have it shown on this data chart. And then side setbacks is a 10-foot deviation from lot lines. Even though in RM8, it's a 0 lot line is permitted, but for this purpose here, we're requesting 10 foot. It's important, though, to note that the request does not increase density. We are, in fact, 10 units below what is what is allowed. So we want to emphasize that we're committed to being responsible and low-packed infill development. We're not trying to max out as much as we can for density, but want to really make it a nice community. So just, I think that's important to note. Also important to note is the public benefits that we are proposing. The applicant will donate $50,000 towards Palm City CRA improvements on Map Road and $50,000 to Hidden Oak Middle School improvements. So, as mentioned by first building permit. Danforth Creek, we are adding an additional 8-foot maintenance easement along that county creek for maintenance, improvements, and make sure that it maintains the stabilized banks. And then the increase of preservation, it's always good when we can add a little more preserve. Who doesn't want more preservation on a developed land? So 4.5% more of the minimum 25% requirement. And then we are providing 100% native vegetation. I'd like to do that not only for maintenance purposes, but to maintain some habitat, especially as it is along Danforth Creek. And then additional open space, as that exhibit showed, we're at 55%, which is 5% more, or half an acre. So with that said, Paddock at Palm City represents a well-balanced, code complement residential community, and we seek to capitalize on the strategic location, introducing a range of unit types, but also supporting the local nature of this area, a residential area, contributing to a long-term vibrancy of this area. And we support the open space provided, the enhanced environmental features, and we are contributing financially to local infrastructure and education needs. So we respectfully We respectfully request your recommendation of approval, and we are here to answer any questions and help you understand this project.
Do you have any respectful questions for the applicant?
I don't have any disrespect.
Please don't disrespect.
Bring back up the plan for us just a second.
The what?
The plan,
Yes, sir.
right there, that's it. Now, I know that it looks very tight on your property. That's such an ugly STA. Now, I know you've designed, not you, but your office has designed nicer STAs in other projects, and you haven't designed this one. But is there any way you could add something to make it not so bare?
That's an FDOT detention area.
I smile at you because over the last 5 years, we've been, we went down, very far down this avenue of designing a whole plan for this STA pond. But with the time that it took with their team and just life in general, FDOT has acquired it. And so with that, it's sort of out of county's say. Believe me, we would like to. Potentially, I mean, it's an avenue that we would have to go to the state with.
Okay, I like that answer, and I hope you remember it for Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
And my other question is, why are you contributing to the CRA if you're not in the CRA?
Because we love Palm City. We want to be a good community member.
You like at least one commissioner.
Oh, no, that's not, I mean, we're in Palm City. It makes sense to donate. I mean, there are benefits that could be negotiated. So, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be Palm City.
No, I'm just asking because you're not in
Yeah.
the CRA. And yeah.
Understood.
I have no other questions.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. If there's nothing else, do we have any public comment? No oh, come on up, sir. Did you fill in a card? Okay, after you speak, you have to fill out a card, please. After you speak.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. After you speak, sir, you can come up now and speak.
My name's Johnny Long. I've been a Martin County resident for 54 years. I've lived at 2833 Horseshoe Trail for 48 years. It is just across the creek, Danforth Creek, from where they proposed to put this development. Everything on the other side of the creek is agricultural. I'd just like to speak in opposition to this zoning change. We don't have any three-story buildings in this area, and I just wanted to be here and oppose it.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else, Mr. Long?
Can we clarify something? This is not a zoning change. This is not a zoning change.
You know, Rick, he can say whatever he wants. We don't have to
I just
argue.
got a question. I just think, well, wait.
It is a zoning change because we're changing from the, I think, RM8 to PUD zoning. So technically, it is a zoning change. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, just any other public? Very hard to tell the public from the players. Okay, so back to the board.
Make a motion to approve it.
Okay?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously 3-0. And I'm sure, Mr. Long, you will be there on Tuesday.
Yes.
Is there any other business from,
Mr. Chairman, Paul Schilling for the record. So we do have 2 items scheduled for the August 7th meeting. Could we?
I shall be there.
Thank you.
I will be there.
Thank you.
Probably not.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. Any other business? How's the school board? Okay.
Yes, I intend
You're
to
an
welcome
A
us.
school,
Thank you.
Bring his children.
A district.
That's right. Isn't that exciting?
That is exciting.
If there's nothing else, meeting's adjourned.